Howdy! It's Glenn with the Cactus Atlas at the very beginning of an epic road trip adventure. I'm talking week-long, multi-state here. This is gonna be awesome, so why don't you get comfortable, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. I've taken off an entire week of work. It's been a long time coming. So we've got a lot of ground to cover on this road trip. I'm currently heading up Route 93 in Arizona, heading towards the town of Kingman in the northern climes of this fine state. From there, we're gonna be heading into Nevada, exploring a lot in Nevada, and then cutting into California. Lots to do in California also until at the end when we come back into Arizona. So really doing a grand tour here of the Southwest and the West. You know, I just did an impromptu thing here. I'm turning off of Route 93, which is the main route to where I'm going. There's a campground. I always see a sign for it called Burrow Creek Campground. Off of Route 93, there's a really cool looking bridge off in the distance, but I've read about this campground. I just want to do a quick drive through, not camping here tonight, just a little scouting mission to check this place out. In case you're interested too, if it looks pretty cool, we'll probably come back up here sometime and camp overnight. So I've decided by just driving through here, this looks like a nice campground, so I plan on coming back for sure to check this out sometime. It's very breezy over here and quite brisk. I'm actually cold. It's nice having a travel day like this today where I don't have a strict itinerary and I can just make an impromptu stop like that. I mean, seriously, that place has been on my radar for a couple years. That crosses my mind every once in a while and just never took the time to go see it. So I'm so happy I did that. Wow, look at that dark gray sky. Looks pretty morbid, but I actually see raindrops on the windshield now. This is a novelty and something I've not seen in, I want to say, months.
Turn left onto Sycamore Avenue.
So I've arrived at my room 411 at the La Quinta by Wyndham in Kingman, Arizona, right off of Interstate 40. I choose places like this on travel just because I'm usually on a budget, and this place is very affordable, but it got really high ratings on hotels.com. There were a lot of reviews, so it was pretty much a sure thing. Looking at the pictures on the website, I was like, okay, very clean looking, very modern, and I'm gonna just give you a quick tour of the room and show you what I mean. So yes, as you may have noticed, there was a wardrobe change between when I was in my car earlier and now. The time has passed a little bit. I had to go out and run some errands to prepare for tomorrow. And let me tell you, good gravy. It is cold out there in the 40s, but keep in mind that where I came from in Phoenix, I believe this past week, if I'm not mistaken, I think the temperature was 99 degrees, I believe, in November. So this is a look into, you know, a standard room with a king-size bed. So I do like king-size beds. So yeah, this bed's plenty big for me, and the mattress is very firm. I like a firmer mattress, but we'll see. I'll comment later on the mattress if I remember after a night's sleep. I really like that blue accent wall though, to be honest. It actually adds a really cool dimension. This historic Route 66 artwork is pretty cool actually. I really like it. Yeah, it's just very fortuitous to have this Route 66 artwork coincidentally here on the wall. I didn't know that when I picked the room because my adventure begins tomorrow morning on historic Route 66. That is going to conclude the little room tour because I really have a lot of work to do. Leave me alone for a little bit. All right, I am about to leave my hotel, my lodgings from last night. Just wanted to report to you really quick. I actually slept through the night, didn't wake up once, so there you go. I guess the bed was pretty comfortable. Right now I'm racing towards the Nevada border. Gonna cross over the Colorado River, I believe right by Laughlin, Nevada, on my way to Primm. Now I'm wondering, I may actually just poke my head into Laughlin really quick and show you guys that.
if even from the car, the scenery in this area too is quite fantastic. As you can see, really cool rock structures and colors, deserty. So that big hunk o' town off there to the right on the other side of the Colorado River is Laughlin, Nevada. All right, we're driving straight into the heart of Laughlin now. You can see it's pretty much a miniature Las Vegas. That's how I think about it. I haven't been here for probably 15 plus years, actually. I was only here one time, I think for one evening. It wasn't bad, it was kind of a good time. Yeah, so this is kind of neat to see this again, actually. Alright, so I think my plan is I'm gonna try to go through there to the other side to see if I can get to the river. Kinda wanna check out that that riverboat looking casino. Alright, I cut through the casino. And yeah, you can actually get all the way over here to the Colorado River. Look at that sign. That's a classic right there. I'd love to see that at night, lit up. I think at one time, didn't it move, if I'm not mistaken? Didn't the arm move? Does anybody out there know that? I'm just randomly following the sidewalk as far as I can to hopefully catch a glimpse of the riverboat. You could probably hear the wind. It is a very windy day, but that's the Colorado River, and that's Arizona on that side, and Nevada on this side. Nevada, where you come for all of your gambling needs. This is actually a really kind of a delightful stroll, like right along the Colorado. There are beaches down there. I could see people. Not many people at all. So what do you guys think? Does this count as hiking? I'm out walking. Normally I like to do a lot more outdoorsy stuff, but I'm outdoors, right? So hopefully you can see how much wind there is today and what I was talking about earlier. The palms will give it away. So there's some kind of beach down here. We'll at least get a better view of the, what is that called? The Colorado Bell. Very sandy here, just like a typical beach should be. Looky here, I made it all the way to the Colorado River. I just had to dip my finger in it to make it official, right? Woo, that's chilly. So mission accomplished. I guess stress the ish of that. Wanted to get a closer look at the Colorado Bell. I think we did that. Got a cool, unique perspective there. Down here from the water side. Oh, the clouds are blowing back in and the wind's kicking up again fierce. At least I had a little bit of a reprieve for a few minutes to hopefully get some usable footage. Okay, I can verify it does not take long to get out of Laughlin. Just a couple left turns and you're out in the desert again. Ah, the Mojave Desert. Do you guys see, I think I've mentioned it before, to me it just has a more minimalistic quality to it than the Sonoran Desert. Slightly. It depends on where you're at too, of course, but you know, these windy roads out beyond the outskirts of Laughlin, they're just beautiful. Like really scenic drives. If you're just looking for a scenic drive, yeah, this is amazing. The views are second to none. So you can see before you, you know, once again, these clouds, very ominous clouds. This is a strange weather day. The weather's been changing like by the minute. You know, you'll go into something really dark and ominous like what waits in front of us. It's starting to rain a little bit, and then all of a sudden it'll be sunny for a little bit in whatever patch you're in. So This is very desolate. You don't see any cars out here at all. I feel completely alone, and you can see all of these like Joshua trees now starting to pop up. I keep pulling over just to check that out. I mean, that is amazing. How many of you guys have seen Joshua trees before, up close like this? There are some ancient beer cans with pull tabs. Look at that. They were so rusted out. It was like almost like paper at this point. That's really neat. I think this is federal land, so I think it's illegal, actually a felony, to remove artifacts like that. Look at me, I'm calling a rusty old beer can an artifact. Well, I suppose something to pin on my map. Walking Box Ranch. Not sure what it is, or if you can camp here. You might. Looks like it's BLM land, I assume. So if you want to find this road, this is Nipton Road. It was just a random road that they had me turn on, and I was like, oh, this is weird. And it ended up being a really scenic and beautiful, pristine Joshua tree forest, and it's still going and going. The most beautiful Joshua tree forest I've ever seen. There's a surprise around every bend. You drive through dreary, you remove your sunglasses, then you have a sunbathed valley right in front of you. It's amazing. Look at the contrast. But it's almost like laughable. I'm wondering what the weather will be like in Prim. You could see right in front of us, you see storm clouds of brewing. It looks like to me like these mountains are kind of holding back the clouds or something, and then it can't hold it any longer and it busts on over. Well, there you have it, the little historic town of Nipton. I saw a couple interesting looking spots. I'm gonna continue on though, but that is noted for another time. Seems like a pretty cool little town there to explore. I'm starting to see this small skyline of Prim. I see a couple roller coasters, or a roller coaster, which is a trademark of one of the casinos here, I believe. And yeah, I've never been to this town, so kind of same idea as Laughlin. Maybe call it a little miniature Vegas in the desert. So Buffalo Bill is another place that I've wanted to see. I've known about this place. I knew it existed, but seeing it in person is kind of a novelty, really neat. How many of you guys have actually ridden that? If you have, I want to hear from you. Drop me a comment. Let me know if it's a good coaster. So I did have another purpose for visiting Prim outside of admiring roller coasters. That is to actually see the Bonnie and Clyde death car. Yes, you heard me right. The actual car that Bonnie and Clyde were killed in. It's full of bullet holes, and apparently it's the real deal, and it's on display in a casino right across the road. So yeah, let's go see about this. All right, I think this is where the Bonnie and Clyde death car is, here inside of Whiskey Pete's. So let's go see if we can find it. Oh my god, this is the Bonnie and Clyde death car. You can actually see the bullets in the side of the vehicle. Look at that.
I believe that's a picture of the Bonnie and Clyde car, probably shortly after the event happened. Everybody's swarming to it. This is a much cooler display than I thought. They even have like a little theater here so you can educate yourself. Really cool. And I believe I read this is the shirt that, or the clothes they died in. Another one to mark off the list. The Bonnie and Clyde death car at Whiskey Pete's Casino, in case you're looking for it. Yeah, just all these random wonders scattered throughout the deserts of the Southwest. So not far up Interstate 15 from Primm heading to Vegas will you come across another destination that you might want to visit. It's called Seven Magic Mountains. It's just this random colorful exhibit, like an art piece in the middle of the desert made with big sculptures. So go ahead, call me a wimp. Yeah, I decided to pass on that. I'm really bummed because I really wanted to see that, wanted to see it for a while, but there were just so many people there. It was a sea of people, hundreds, I'm sure of that. So with everything going on right now, that just seems a little sketchy, a little risky for my taste, so decided to pass. I've arrived at the Park MGM where I'm going to be spending the night tonight, so we'll go check out the room and show you a couple things here. So I've arrived at my room at the Park MGM, formerly I believe known as the Monte Carlo a few years back. Never stayed in this hotel before as Park MGM nor the Monte Carlo, so new all around. Yeah, so let me give you a quick room tour. It's going to be an abridged one tonight. I am beat. I had a long day and I've got to get up super early tomorrow, so let me give you a quick look here. So you can see it's been slightly lived in. I've kind of chilled out on the bed for a while to rest, and I've kind of just strewn my belongings all about. And yeah, so this isn't meant to be a pristine room, but it's close to pristine. Just like last night, I love the accent wall. This room is red, and I've noticed as I've been walking down the hallway when room service is cleaning other rooms, some of the rooms are green. So same kind of idea, except replace red with green, like kind of like a, I don't even know how to describe it, what kind of green, like it's kind of a generic green. One thing that's cool is they have this artwork kind of uniquely placed on the walls, and it's just very eclectic. It's just disconnected and weird too. It almost looks like kind of like a clothing ad too, doesn't it? I'll back up and show you the digs there for the night. Kind of like how it's inlaid in the wall like that a little bit. It's kind of cool, different. And there's a couch here. So this TV's on a swivel. You can have it face either the bed, which it currently is, or cleverly you can actually turn it and then face the couch in case you're chilling over there. And I've already used the restroom. I took a shower, so not in the ultimate pristine state, but it was very clean. And I actually particularly enjoyed like the style of tile in here. Yeah, try to keep in mind if you had the alternate room, this would be green, once again, with white, I believe. And a quick look at the sink. Okay, so like I said, I'm done, I think, for the day. I am spent. It was a long road trip, and it was actually it ended up being awesome. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, the room tour, I knew I flew through it, but I'm not really a room reviewer, don't want to go down that route, so just keep it simple. But yeah, I'm gonna put this away until tomorrow morning, and we will talk again when we start our next full day on this epic road trip. So it's the next morning, still at the Park MGM, just loaded up the car and gonna go try to find something to eat really quick before I hit the road. There's a restaurant called the Primrose right inside the main lobby where you check in. So I'm gonna see if I can grab a bite of breakfast there if it's not crowded yet. All right, they've opened the doors, so we're about to go in and get some food. So far, I'd give the ambience factor in this place like almost a 10. Really like homey, really nice, really tasteful. I could do this every morning. This is quite nice. Starting off with the most important thing of the day, coffee. And they gave me a whole pot to myself. So I went ahead and ordered the Eggs Benedict. The guy said that was one of the favorites on the menu. So yeah, gonna sample one of the house specialties, I think. And here is the Eggs Benedict. Looks delicious, actually. Got some breakfast potatoes with that, and a little bit of ham under there. Kind of a nice pampered way to start off the day. This is one of the benefits of not camping. You get to wake up and be pampered a little bit. It's kind of nice for once. Ooh, I love the runny egg there. All right, let's taste this here. See how it tastes. Very rich but delicious. All right, so breakfast at the Primrose. It was legit. I was gonna film a little bit more, but another couple came in and were facing me, so it would have been kind of awkward to be talking to myself, so I didn't. But yeah, that Eggs Benedict is among the best I've ever had. Fantastic place. Recommend going early because yeah, there was nobody else there really, other than that, you know, a couple other people that trickled in. Really pretty here in the early morning light. Not really too sad to leave. You know, Vegas is pretty crowded, especially right now. So kind of happy to make my way back out into the desert now to head to our next destination. What will it be? Gotta watch to find out. So maybe a pro tip, the bridge to the casino is off of the second level of the parking garage. I just happened to park on level 2, so it made it really easy to get my gear in and out. You know, I had a funny thought. I honestly believe it's taking me longer to get out of the parking garage here at the Park MGM than it did for me to get out of the entire town of Laughlin. All right, the Google Maps lady is trying to get me out of this town to get out back into the desert, which is where I feel like I belong, more so than this setting. Yeah, the Park MGM didn't really follow up. I slept hard. I slept early and I slept through the night. I was just tired. So once again, I would say comfortable bed. Must have been because, yeah, I slept. So today's drive should be pretty simple, I think. I'm on State Route 95 going north, and I think I'm taking it the entire way there. All of my stops are right off of this route, so that's kind of nice. Kind of nice to be back out in the open desert. There is virtually nothing out here other than just some pavement and me, and then the occasional car. But views that stretch for miles and miles. All right, approaching Goldfield now. It's 31 degrees out there. Brr. Came up over this mountain. It snowed here, so you can see snow all over the place up here. Wow. Wasn't expecting that on this trip, but adds a certain ambience, I would say. So snow. I was not expecting to see this. I have not touched snow in I don't know how many years. All right, so I've arrived in Goldfield, Nevada. An old boom town from around the turn of the century, the 1900s that is. I'm at the visitor center. I'm not sure if it's open yet, but I'm gonna actually do a featured video on this. So as part of this road trip video, you're gonna have to wait and be patient. All right, well, I'm gonna
go tour this town, see if I don't freeze to death. It's I think below freezing right now, and you can see there's snow. So it snowed, I think, last night. You know, I decided here to come check this road out. This is the way to something called the International Car Forest, this weird art exhibit made of cars out here in the desert. This road is pretty rough, but it looks like a lot of the snow has melted. I was worried about ice potentially, but whoa, this is kind of freaky here.
Slight right to stay on Crystal Avenue, then turn right at Reed Street.
There's some, looks like there's a whole bunch of like wild burros up ahead here. Oh man, like when do you see a pack of wild burros like that? Never. So this seems to be kind of a weird thing where they've got cars, you know, kind of like buried or sticking out of the ground rather in here. Very interesting. All right, I'm starting the International Car Forest in my rental car. Now I'm gonna be careful. I respect cars of all sorts, even if it's not mine. I just wanna see, you know, this road looks pretty doable. All right, so you're starting to see why they call this the International Car Forest. It's kind of sketchy walking underneath that, you know? I did it, but it crossed my mind for a second. Is that thing gonna hold? There's kind of a weirdness, like an eeriness to this for some reason for me. Maybe it's because I'm the only human being around here. And I'm giving you a report here of the road conditions, as you can see. So far, if you go slow, I suspect just about any car can get through here. And I would say this appears to be the main attraction down here. So yeah, if you want to get down to this part, just veer to the right when you come in. There's different roads. The one to the right takes you right here in the middle of the action. Well, here you have it. I think this is the heart of the International Car Forest. Pretty cool looking, huh? You know what, I have a thought. 7 Magic Mountains in Vegas got nothing on this. Hey, I'm inside this van. What do you know about that? Seems to be holding together. Oh, I see something that looks almost like the Scooby-Doo van up there. Okay, so that's a nice little side stop. If you're on 95, you know, driving by Goldfield, even if you're not interested in the old historic part of the town, This here might be something you want to check out. This is very unique, unlike anything I've ever seen. I loved it. I wish I could spend more time. I'm unfortunately out of time and have to get to my next destination before I run out of time. All right, that was satisfying. I was really questioning whether I should drive back here on this road. You can kind of see it pretty quickly, you know, from the main road, and this morning it was covered in snow. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna just play it safe. So what I ended up doing is I spent a good chunk of the day walking around, trying to figure out how to get back, walking around downtown Goldfield, the historic part, and then just decided to check back one last time before I left, and the roads were pretty clear, as you see, just a couple patches here and there. Okay, so that was a highly satisfying attraction. I really liked it, you know. I would say if you like stuff like, let's just say 7 Magic Mountains, the thing that I didn't get to see up close, this is your kind of thing, I think. This is a late afternoon drive through the town of Goldfield. We're gonna just drive right through now that I have to go to Tonopah. I have to go back this way and give you one last look here. On the right, there's a larger structure that's the courthouse. On the left, across the street from the courthouse, is a firehouse. I think all of these structures were built circa 1907. Virtually everything you see here is marked with a historic marker, and you can get an information pamphlet that tells you what these buildings are. We actually go into this in depth on foot and explore this whole area of the town in a separate video. All right, I am back in the warmth of my car. I've been wandering around outside now for a good 4 hours, so it feels nice to be inside the heat of the car. I guess I got used to the cold. It's 33 degrees, by the way, so I've been walking around in the low 30s all day, this boy from Phoenix, but I got the job done. And luckily, my next destination, Tonopah, Nevada, where I'm spending the night in a historic haunted hotel known as the Mizpah. That's only about 25 miles away from my current location. Thank goodness, because I'm ready to settle in, get settled into the room, and then explore the hotel, get some food, because I haven't eaten since this morning. All right, I've arrived in Tonopah. Just looking for my hotel. Should be about a half mile away from where I'm at now, being as though it was it was the tallest building in the state. At one point, you'd think I'd see it. I think I actually see the sign. Cool. It's always nice when you see signs that say not responsible for theft or damage. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at all the snow on that mountain over there. Another really old, cool looking building over there across the street. All right, so the Mizpah, I made it. Been wanting to see this place for a very long time, and I get to spend the night. Ooh, is it cold? So just like we saw with a lot of places in Goldfield, look at the year, 1907. Hopefully they have my room. I wonder how old this elevator is. They're usually old in places like this. Let's see. I am on the 5th floor, the top floor, the uppermost floor. So that's pretty cool. This elevator is awesome. Look at that. Any ghosts in here? So this is my first impression getting off the elevator. It's eerily quiet up here. Very dark and dim. Now this is a low light camera, so don't let it trick you. The lighting looks a lot more bright and red than it does in real life. So I'm on the hunt for room 512, which is mine. Actually, I spoke incorrectly. I'm in 510. All right, it's my room. All right, so I've arrived. I put my valuables in the room. Still have a couple more things to get, but I don't want to spoil too much Gonna do a separate feature on my stay here. So be sure to check that out when it comes out. But for now, road trip will continue in the morning. All right, so I've packed up my room here at the Mizpah Hotel. Saw some really cool sights in town, had some yummy food. Really enjoyed my stay here, but the road trip must continue. Bye-bye, room, you treated me well. All right, so in my other video, I kind of roamed the halls of this hotel. Really loved it. Gonna have a separate feature on that one, but I'm gonna walk the stairs and just say goodbye to each floor. The staff is busy cleaning rooms right now, so I think they scared away all of the ghosts. That statue gets me every time. All right, so exiting Tonopah. Just took a couple minutes and now all signs of civilization are gone. It just takes that long. Look at all the snow on that landscape still. Wow, I believe my prediction is we're heading back down into a valley, and once we get on the other side of these hills here, if I recall, you're not gonna see snow. It's gonna be all just brown again. See what I mean? Like right on the other side of those hills is snow, and on this side it's dry as a bone. All right, driving through Goldfield again. I have to pass back through it to get to where I'm going. Visitor center is still closed, and it looks just as desolate as it did yesterday. Nobody here. There's the Goldfield Hotel. I now find myself in Beatty, Nevada, or Beatty, B-E-A-T-T-Y. I've heard it pronounced Beatty, so I'm just trying to be a local. I don't know what's the right thing though. Some beautiful fall color here from the car. Haven't really gotten to see much of that this year, so. Woo! I'm right outside of a town called Rhyolite. Miles outside of Death Valley. There she is, the old town of Rhyolite. You can already see a lot of the remains of the buildings from over here. I might have to let you down. If you're really excited about seeing that ghost town, I'm gonna do a separate feature on that. That's gonna be its own video. There's one other stop that we're gonna make here as part of this road trip video, something that has looked really interesting to me for a long time. Let me show you what that is. All right, so this particular stop that I'm at now is known as the Goldwell Open Air Museum. This is random free dirt parking lot with some interesting sculptures right next to the ghost town of Rhyolite. So is that what you guys see? A penguin with a miner? And do any of you find that to be kind of a humorous thought? Over here are the remains of an old wagon. Okay, what in the heck do we have going on here? Whatever it is, it's pretty cool. You know, There's a couple suggestive things about that. So I'm a simple guy, and I'm not sure what the actual meaning of this is, but I'm gonna guess ghost town, ghosts? I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? And don't cheat, don't look it up on the internet. All right, mission accomplished. Wanted to see these guys for quite a while, and finally did. Alright guys, I have just arrived at Death Valley National Park. I'm going to be doing a separate feature video on my experience here, but we're going to go check out a couple things here on the road trip video. First things first, I got to find my hotel room. Let's get into that park and check it out. So we've come up and over some mountains, and I think we're now descending into Death Valley. The drive down into Death Valley is absolutely beautiful. And it's quite a descent actually. I didn't realize we were as high up as we were. We just keep descending and descending at this point. Wow, the mountains on the other side are just towering on the horizon. Now, I'm new to this area, so are those the eastern Sierra?
Quarter mile. Keep left at the fork.
Lady, you're interrupting my style here. Oh my God, look at that view. Death Valley, folks. Wow, that view. That is amazing. I had no idea it was this beautiful out here, to be honest. Oh man, I could just sit out here and enjoy that view for hours. But I gotta go, I got places to be. Alright, I've made it to the visitor center. See if I can buy a National Parks Pass this time. And you can see it's currently 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, I got a new National Parks Pass. I've been wanting one for a while, and every time I go to a national park unit, they're not selling them because of COVID. So finally got my hands on one. Got a map, so I can kind of plan the night what I want to do.
Turn right, then turn left.
Turn right, then turn left. Ooh, the ranch at Death Valley. Look at that. Ooh, this looks like a nice little area, huh? Not too shabby. And I'm in the 600 block of rooms, so I'm looking for building 600. So this is where I'm staying. The ranch at Death Valley. I'm in room 616. I gotta find it now. Alright, so room 601 to 621. So I'm on the bottom. Let's see. Alright, room 616 if you're keeping tabs here. Let's take a quick peek here at room 616. I ended up getting a room with 2 queens. They didn't have any more with king-size beds, but that'll do just fine. All right, the bed and the mattress. Yeah, I mean, not bad at all. A little springy, I would say, but I've had much worse. One thing that I noticed is I do like the headboards, kind of modern looking, minimalistic, but a very barren room. Maybe they were going for the minimalist look, I don't know, but there's really not much adorning the walls here. Although across the room here they do have at least 2 pictures, and those are really nice, those are pretty. I'm assuming that's Death Valley. I've already made a mess of things here and settled in, but you can see across from the bed you've got like a simple flat screen TV. There's a mini fridge. Didn't feel like it was turned on though. I do like this little desk here though, or this whatever you want to call it. Part entertainment center, part dresser for your clothes, part desk. The carpet seems very dated. If you look really closely, you see minor stainage. And here's the sink, it's standalone. The thing that it's sitting on looks like it's just there for utility. Looks like it's had its use. Now one thing I do like these push lotions and body wash here. This whole area leading up to the restroom is tiled. Looks like it's been updated in somewhat recent times, I would guess, this part of it. Housekeeping here is on top of things. Everything's really clean. Have not noticed anything off in that area. Here's the bathtub. Actually very clean also. Very impressive. And you've got these push soaps, shampoos, body wash, conditioner, all on here. So internet around these parks, they do have internet. They actually do have a Wi-Fi here also that you can connect to. But as for my cell phone, I was just trying to use my phone to surf the net. And it looks like right now I've got a full 3G signal. So it's workable, but a little slow. They do have a general store here also open till 8 p.m. And I think I'm gonna have a really long day tomorrow in my car traveling this park. It is expansive. So I might go to the general store and buy some snacks, some drinks, and just be prepared for the morning. All right, I'm going on a night mission now. It's kind of weird. This camera actually works out here in the dark. Some areas you have to walk through are pretty dark. Probably should have brought a flashlight. So I wouldn't really recommend walking here at night because it's not well lit at all. There were some really dark spots. Yeah, so I want to check the general store out because they got t-shirts, which I love, but they also have food and snacks. So I may need to check out what they have. This is a really nice store. Lots of cool t-shirts that I see off the bat. Oh, I love that shirt. This is the little grocery store they have here. They've got ice. They even got liquor, wine. Oh, you got lots of beer choices here. Look at that. If you like beer, you're in good shape here. Shh, don't tell. So you could see that store has got you covered, especially for the grocery store portion or the convenience store. If you're camping at nearby Furnace Creek Campground, they've got everything you need in there. Ice, firewood, snacks, even ice cream. I survived the night, slept really well. I'm in dire need of coffee though before I get the day started here. So I'm gonna take a quick stroll now that it's daylight back to the area where all the restaurants and general store is and see if I can procure myself a cup. This is the back side of the building I'm staying in. In fact, one of those is my room. I'm not quite sure which one. I'm further down that way. So this is the trail that I've been looking for. I couldn't see it last night because it's not lit back here. Here's another view of the ranch. It's very peaceful in the morning and very lush back here, which is ironic being in the middle of Death Valley, isn't it? So I'm impressed actually. This area is beautiful. Yeah, the actual units are a little dated, I would say. Not bad, but this outdoor area more than makes up for that. All right, on the hunt for coffee now. I wonder how crowded it's gonna be. It's prime coffee time here. All right, so I found the coffee, this little tiny cup. I wasn't sure where to go, so I went into the saloon where I'm gonna be dining one of these nights to ask directions to where the cafe was. Well, apparently, if you're a guest here, you get free coffee. So I said, cool, but you get this little dinky cup. Probably in retrospect should have bought a large located really near my room here at the ranch at Death Valley. It's this really amazing display of old West buggies, trains, steam-powered things. It's amazing. It's really well done. I'm assuming this is some kind of contraption that a mule or something would turn. I could be wrong, but I wonder if they hook them up to that and kind of walk them around in a circle to operate whatever this thing is. You can note that they actually have numbered signs on some of this stuff. And I'm assuming that's so they give you some kind of literature to match things up and learn about these pieces of equipment. And unfortunately, probably because of COVID, I'm guessing, I don't know where you would pick up such a pamphlet. I'm guessing in this building behind me, which I believe is closed right now. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna have any information to tell you more about what this stuff is, aside from me knowing this is like a buggy stagecoach, and you've got ore carts and a variety of other stuff. Oh yeah, a train. See, at least I can identify a couple things, right? And the cool thing is that just look around here. I mean, if you're a guest here staying at the ranch, this is really just, you're gonna walk by this a million times during your stay. It's like right off the beaten path. It's always quiet. I rarely see people back here. I've always had it to myself so far. This is like the third or fourth time I've wandered around back here because I can't get enough of this stuff. They sure don't make them like that anymore, do they? All right, well, all good things must come to an end. It's not the end of our road trip, mind you, but the end of this segment of the road trip. I'm leaving Death Valley National Park this morning, and I say that with a little bit of sadness. This area, the ranch, the whole park experience has been absolutely fantastic. It's one of those things that just clicked, and it's one of these places that I really don't want to leave. I tried to actually extend my stay an extra day and stay tonight too, but they were completely booked to capacity, unfortunately. But I have plenty of reasons to come back, and that's what's important. So yeah, with heavy heart, I need to start heading to my next destination. I lied. I'm still at Death Valley. On the way out over here, I'm passing by one of the points that I wanted to visit. Zabriskie or Zabraski. It's spelled like Zabriskie, but I've heard people pronounce it Zabraski. I don't know. You can see there's like a paved road or path going to the main overlook, I believe, up there. This is good anyway. I get exercise, which I need. It's always like the latter half of my vacation, I start to feel more energetic, shaking off that desk job, and then I have to go back home and do it all over again. So this location has been used in movies. The one that always sticks out of my mind is The Mandalorian.
on Disney Plus. I believe there's a shot they had of one of the ships flying across the sky with this place as a backdrop. All right, time to hit the road again. Once again with a heavy heart. See you later, Zabriskie or Zabraski. Why do people pronounce things in ways that they're not written? My game plan. I'm heading down to Barstow, California, so back into the deserts of California, heading almost kind of in the direction of Los Angeles a little bit, but we're not going to any urban sprawl here. There's a couple loose plans that I have in that area of things to do. All will be revealed on the road, but that's where we're heading next, in case you wanted to know. I'm a sucker. There's another stop that the turnoff to get there is like a spur, 13 miles one way, so kind of a 26-mile round trip diversion. But there's something called Dante's View here at the park, Death Valley National Park, and I really want to see it. You really go up high, I think to like 5,000, 6,000 feet, and have a commanding view of the valley below. So I can't resist. There you have it, Dante's View. And what a view that is. Look down there to the basin. That's kind of an odd thing there. Anybody know what that is? It's just filled with concrete. Some kind of Route 66 stickers on it. So I meant for Zabriskie Point and this, Dante's View, to be a separate standalone video. I would have spent more time here and done a deeper investigation. Maybe next time I'll do a deeper dive on that, but yeah, I just wanted to had to come up here and see this. What a way to begin the day, the morning. Zabriskie and Dante's View. You know, I am so glad that I stopped to check those out. I don't think the trip would have felt as complete. Granted, I wouldn't have known, but yeah, I don't have the words. It appears that we are descending in elevation very quickly. Pretty steep grade here. I think this is known as the Ibex Pass. We just entered into San Bernardino County, California. Well, I've arrived at Calico, California. the ghost town, and I'm here to go buy a souvenir really quick. I'm gonna just kind of hop in and out. Doing a full feature on this on a different video, so keep an eye out for that in the future. But as for this road trip, just buying some goods. All right, there be the general store, so let's go see if we could find a t-shirt or something good. Candy, clothing, supplies, hats, and a smile. All right, let's get in on here and see what we can find. This really does have the feel of like an Old West general store. I love the way they did this. This one's calling my name. Ooh, a cold beverage is absolutely calling my name. Gotta find the right thing. It would seem improper to come to a town like this and not have a sarsaparilla. For $14.99, I'm a buyer. And I got a sarsaparilla too. I'm gonna enjoy that here on the streets of Calico next.
Alrighty. I found me a good seat to enjoy me sarsaparilla. Look at that view up there. That's good sarsaparilla. You know, there's nothing better in life than drinking a ice cold sarsaparilla right off the main street, enjoying the view. Man better count his blessings when he's got an ice cold sarsaparilla. The people of this town don't pay me no mind. This goes down quick and fast, deliciously. Ooh, I'm all hopped up on the sarsaparilla. Woohoo! Yeah. Oh man, I swore off the sarsaparilla the last time. I'm not gonna be able to sleep now for 3 nights.
All right, Calico Ghost Town. That hit the spot. I got some food, and I got a sarsaparilla and a t-shirt, and I got to walk around the entire town and check it out for the first time. So that definitely lived up to the expectations I built in my mind. The only disappointment was that a lot of things are closed right now because of the pandemic. What are you gonna do? It's not all the time that I'm out in this area, so, and it gives me an excuse to come back, you know, to check out some of the closed attractions in the future. All right, I've arrived in Barstow, California, staying at the Ayers Hotel. This is a very welcoming lobby, very cozy, very autumnal. Oh look, there's history here. This must be OG Ayers. So far the Ayers Hotel is living up to the reviews that I saw on hotels.com. This place got really good reviews and a lot of them. It's very clean and very like modern, feels up to date, and very convenient to the interstate, and a lot of food options too. We've got a Chili's, gas station, Dunkin' Donuts, Denny's, Panda Express. There's a Starbucks on the other side of the building, all within walking distance. So the convenience factor of this hotel is right on.
Hanging out on the elevator. Oh yeah.
So this is another one of those hotels where I was on hotels.com and saw really high reviews and lots of reviews, looked at the pictures, and it all looked legit to me, so that's how I ended up here. Well, here's my room, room 425. All right, so let's check out the room really quick. So the room that I got has 2 queen beds. I don't think they had any king beds left, which is my preference, but what are you gonna do? This bed has strange lumps in it. Do you see those? Curious to see what that's all about. All right, I'm fully clothed. Shoes are still on. Just checking this bed out, the mattress. Yeah, I'm not sure what those lumps are, but they're there. There are definitely lumps in here. It's actually part of the bedspread, so it's on top of the sheets, not like the mattress itself. So that's good. Not that they bother or anything. Yeah, the mattress is okay. It definitely feels springy. They've got a big office desk and a big chest to store your clothes with a TV on top. It's actually not bad. Let's mosey on over to the bathroom and check that one out. Well, I'd say it's a very nice, spacious, clean bathroom. The granite counter is very shiny, or the fake granite, whatever that is.
Top of the morning to you. I am heading east on Interstate 40 now. Left Barstow, California this morning. Had a really good night's sleep again. I slept like a log. Every night of this trip has been great sleep. So out of all of the hotels I've stayed in on this trip, that's one thing I can say about all of them, is slept good. And we're crossing the Colorado River once again on Interstate 40, and we just crossed into Arizona right now, back in our home state. I've come seeking one thing here. That is the London Bridge, the original London Bridge, transplanted here in Lake Havasu City, if you can believe that. Where is this elusive London Bridge? This is becoming an adventure here, seeking it out. All right, there's Lake Havasu, driving down Industrial Boulevard. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? All right, with a little bit of patience, I found a place to park. It's by the visitor center, so follow signs to the visitor center and you'll find the bridge. This spot is known as the Village. So they've got a little designated spot here for the London Bridge, which is really nice. There's actually a lot to do down here. Very kind of like a fun resorty vibe. A lot of like tours, boat tours. You can see the bridge, the London Bridge right behind me. Very picturesque. So let's see if you knew this. That is the original London Bridge that was built in the 1830s in London, crossing the River Thames. They dismantled the bridge in the 1960s and then brought the masonry over here. Now that is a reinforced concrete structure with the original masonry attached to the bridge. So in essence, it is the actual London Bridge with some reinforcement, is my understanding. It is so strange to see an English bridge in the deserts of Arizona. Did you know that this bridge is also supposed to be haunted? I guess it would make sense if that thing was built in the 1830s. I'm going to guess people died building it. Maybe people have committed suicide by jumping off of it. Who knows? But whatever the case, it's supposed to be a very haunted bridge, and the waterways underneath the bridge are supposed to be haunted too, I hear. Ooh. Oh cool, looks like you can climb these stairs and go on top of the bridge. So let's go try that out next. You know, it's weird, I've not really frequented this town, to be honest. This is only my second time being here. The first time maybe 15 years ago, I'm gonna guess. It's kind of a party town. Kind of town where you rent a houseboat. So this is a very busy thoroughfare. I'm sure you can hear that clearly, right? There's a view of the area that I was wandering around. We had walked down this way, all the way over there to the other side. I am really glad I stopped, actually. This is pretty cool. Cooler than I remember. I decided to cross the street because there's barely anybody on this side and we get different views. So I'm assuming that's the lake proper out that way. Everybody's coming in and out of this marina here. Well, time to head back down to the bottom again, get one last look before getting back on the road. Man, this is a noisy town. So there you have it, London Bridge and Lake Havasu. I feel like I should have bought a shirt that said like I survived London Bridge or something like that. I guess only if you jump off of it and survive would you earn a t-shirt of that sort. This is the tail end of the road trip, unfortunately. Heading back to reality now. So on that note, yeah, I hate to say it, but it's time to part ways with you. I really had a great time these last, 7 days or so. Been an amazing road trip. Thank you all for joining and sticking around for the whole ride. We're gonna have to do something again in the near future. I always love these road trips and I've got so many ideas, so keep tuning into our channel and we'll have an endless supply of adventures for you. Until next time.